A new Wordle puzzle is online. Click on the link to play.
Listening to the following video may give you clues. Please like and share the videos.
Chicago Bulls vs Milwaukee Bucks prediction odds line 2022 NBA playoff picks. The oddsmakers have given the Milwaukee Bucks the edge in this series so far, but Chicago will not give up so easily.
Although the Bulls are ranked last in the league in points per game, the Bucks are the favorite to advance in the playoffs. Their offense has been a key to their success, and Zach LaVine's performance has been especially impressive.
This is a game that you cannot afford to miss. Chicago Bulls vs Milwaukee Bucks.
There are some key factors to consider in a Chicago Bulls vs Milwaukee Bucks basketball playoff pick. While the Bulls are the defending champs, they've struggled this past season.
Milwaukee has two of the league's top isolation scorers in Jimmy Butler and Nikola Mirotic. Chicago will also need to move the ball quickly to keep up with Milwaukee.
In addition, Zach LaVine was placed in COVID protocols for Game 5. The Bulls have struggled to score efficiently against the Bucks this season, ranking last among playoff teams.
The Bucks, meanwhile, shoot at 51.8% from three-point range. Despite their struggles, the Bulls have covered the spread in 3 of their last 4 games and are the underdogs in Game 5.
If the Bulls can take advantage of this opportunity, they could be the ones to move on to the second round. After all, they are only 1 win away from moving on to the second round of the NBA playoffs.
To win Game 2, they must dominate the glass. Their defensive play is strong and they've held the Bulls to only 38.2% shooting from the field and 27.0% from 3.
The Bulls are slightly better than the Bucks on the offensive boards through 4 games. While the Bulls are led by DeMar DeRozan, the Milwaukee Bucks offense is dangerous.
Both players average 24.4 points per game. While DeRozan is the better player on both sides, the Bucks' defense has been a major concern.
Without a reliable offensive option, the Bucks' chances of winning will be minimal. Regardless of the outcome, both teams are capable of scoring big points.
Chicago Bulls struggles at the rim. After starting the season with a 24-10 record, the Chicago Bulls' struggles at the rim continued into the 2022 NBA playoffs.
In addition to the Bulls' per rim defense, they had the 5th highest defensive rating in the league as of November. That wasn't enough, however, as the Bulls fell to the Miami Heat in Game 5.
The Bucks were able to take advantage of the Bulls' struggles at the rim. Milwaukee led by 12 at halftime, but the Bulls were unable to keep them out of the paint and struggled from beyond the arc.
Ultimately, the Bucks cruised to a 127-106 win. The Bucks' struggles against elite teams have been part of the narrative for quite some time.
The Bulls' inability to shoot from downtown has also slowed their offense. They are dead last in three-point shooting, and often settle for mid-range jumpers instead of tougher two-pointers.
As a result, they struggle to shoot over 40% from downtown. If this keeps up, the Bulls will miss the playoffs by just 1 game.
The Bulls' success in the 90s isn't enough to keep them competitive. In 1998, the team finally lost a championship.
Jerry Krause decided to retool the roster. In addition, he cleared salary cap space for free agents.
In addition, he traded away leading scorer Ben Gordon to rival Pistons. In addition to the new additions, the Bulls had some of their best season in years.
The Milwaukee Bucks are the next challenge for the Chicago Bulls. While the Bulls ended the regular season with a disappointing record against the top 4 teams in the East, the Bucks have proven that they are capable of reaching the playoffs.
Furthermore, this is the first time many of the Bulls players will be playing in the NBA playoffs for the first time, so the Milwaukee Bucks can exploit Chicago's defensive flaws. Milwaukee's offensive rating.
The Bucks' offense has been dominant throughout the 2020-22 regular season. 3 players average at least 18 points per game, and Giannis Antetokounmpo is a likely MVP candidate.
In addition, the Bucks rank in the top 5 in three-point accuracy, shooting percentage, and free throw construction. They also pressure their opponents by shooting 36.6% from three-point range.
The Bucks also rank well above the league average in two-point accuracy. Chicago's first-round series has featured 2 heavy favorites.
The Bulls held the top seed for most of the season. The Bulls have slipped from their top seed to no.
6 in the conference playoffs, but the Bucks are still a heavy favorite. The Bulls were outscored by 13.5 points per 100 possessions.
Milwaukee has been impressive on both ends, outscoring Chicago by a margin of nearly 15 points per game. The Bucks' offense is ranked No.
5 since the All-Star break, and they'll be a tough matchup for Chicago's defense. The Bulls have no offensive weapon that can match the Bucks' suffocating defense.
Since losing Lonzo Ball, the Bulls' offense hasn't played well enough to keep up with the Bucks. While the Bucks' offense has been solid, it's not as good as the reputation would suggest.
For instance, the Bulls are susceptible to three-point shooting, and they haven't been very effective at it, and the Bulls' defense has been excellent throughout the series, throwing different looks at the Bucks' primary scorers.
Against Giannis Antetokounmpo, Chicago's center Alex Caruso has been an all-defensive candidate. His presence on the floor has allowed the Bucks to average a 0.90 points per possession.
That isn't enough, as the Bulls' other star, Caleb Middleton, has been playing a lot of minutes, but he's been smothering Giannis Antetokounmpo. Zach LaVine's performance for Chicago.
Despite a disappointing showing against the Kings, Zach LaVine is a promising young shooter and is poised to emerge as a top 4 option for the Bulls in the future. Despite a torn ACL, LaVine isn't showing any signs of regression.
This is a promising development, as he shows the potential to be an all-star. Here are a few reasons to be excited about Zach LaVine's performance for Chicago.
Zach LaVine averaged 24.4 points per game during the regular season, while averaging 2 3-PTs and 1 steal per game. But with the physicality of the Milwaukee Bucks, his production has been inconsistent this postseason.
He has scored at least 30 points in just 13 games this season, compared to 20 in 20 games last season. The recent 46-point performance followed a 35-point effort in the previous game.
Zach LaVine has combined for 67 points in his past 2 games. One positive sign for LaVine is his age.
NBA teams aren't often tempted to sign players past their prime and prefer Tier 1 superstars. While Zach LaVine has made a tremendous improvement in his time in Chicago, he isn't yet on the same level as LeBron James, Stephen Curry, or Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Nevertheless, his recent play has heightened expectations. Even though the Chicago Bulls are in the middle of a disappointing season, Zach LaVine's brilliant individual performances have made the team a contender once again.
Last Sunday, LaVine scored 45 points and grabbed 10 rebounds against the Los Angeles Clippers, giving the Bulls a 1-point victory. However, Chicago will have to play without Lonzo Ball, who will miss Saturday's game with left knee soreness.
Milwaukee's Giannis Antetokounmpo. If you're a Chicago Bulls fan, you may be interested in making a wager on Game 5 of the series.
The Bucks are a 2.5-point favorite at Caesars Sportsbook. The total has dropped from 219 to 218.5.
In the 2022 NBA playoffs, Giannis Antetokounmpo is expected to lead the Bucks to the finals. Without Chris Middleton, the Bucks are a different story.
Without him, Chris Paul will need to spread his offensive load among a number of different players. Without him, the Bucks are missing all-star Chris Middleton, who will miss Game 3.
This will leave the team without a true SF in the post. Fortunately, the Bucks are favored to win Game 3 on the road.
Their road record against the Bulls is 18-9 against the spread, while Giannis Antetokounmpo is one of the best players in the league. There is no way to guarantee success in this series.
There are too many players with high expectations. If the Bucks can win Game 5, Giannis Antetokounmpo is a likely MVP candidate.
The NBA playoff odds makers have made this game a great bet. Don't overlook Giannis Antetokounmpo.
If he continues to dominate in this series, the Bucks will take home the title. With Giannis Antetokounmpo and Chris Middleton, the Milwaukee Bucks have star power to beat the Chicago Bulls.
Antetokounmpo averages 29.9 points, 11.6 rebounds, and 5.8 assists per game. His teammates will also be key in this series.